Hello everybody and welcome back to Chapter 6 of Grand Old Academy. Let's get right into it. While Megan and I were getting ready for classes in the morning, she casually brought up the dream. So what was the nightmare about? You said you'd tell me today. I don't even remember. Something silly probably. It was true. Examining the dream in the cool morning light that trickled through our open window, it did seem pretty silly. Birds and turtles and a lion with Donald's head. Come on. But it wasn't just embarrassment that made me lie to Megan, it was Donald. I knew that there was something about him that really got under Megan's skin, and I didn't want her to have to start out her day with that bizarre image of him floating around in her head. It wasn't until a few hours later that the dream made sense. I was writing the heading on a pop quiz in Mr. Eisenhower's military history class. Maury, America, 2nd period, 29-2. Ugh, wait, month first and then date. That's how they do it in the United States. 2-29. Leap day. My whole life, leap days had been strangely inauspicious for me. On February 29th of the year, when I was 14, the popular boy who had a crush on publicly asked me out at school. Only after I started crying with happiness did he reveal that it was a prank. Oh, that's so mean. When I was 10, I broke both arms falling out of a tree in my backyard. My mother had to take weeks off of work at the consulate to care for me. But the worst sleep day of all had to be when I was 6. That was the day when my parents' divorce was finalized. I've barely seen my father since then. I suppose I was lucky that there was no leap day in the year 2000. Who knows what tragedies would have befallen my 2-year-old self. So really, it was no surprise I had such a disturbing dream in the early hours of the day. I could only imagine what other terrible things would happen to me today. All right, pencils down. Pass up your papers. I stared at the page in front of me completely bare, save for the heading. Happy Leap Day. Oh no! At lunchtime, I thankfully managed to avoid any disasters while filling my tray, but when I surveyed the tables, my heart sank. I didn't see Megan anywhere. She must have been off preparing for the next debate with Fox and friends in the classroom somewhere. And I hadn't brought any books with me, so I couldn't sit by myself without looking pathetic. However, I did see several members of the debate club scattered through the dining hall. Rand and Ben were sitting on opposite sides of one table, both of them reading textbooks. Jeb and Marco were sitting together, talking, laughing, practically flaunting the iron strength of their friendship. Ted sat at a table in the corner of the room, whispering with a student that I didn't recognize. And sitting at a table by himself in the dead center of the dining hall was the man himself, Donald. I took a deep breath and steeled my nerves. Time to choose a table. Alright, so Ted's hanging out. Okay, so I could sit with Rand and Ben. I've met both of them already, and they're fine. There's Jeb and Marco, which they're more friendly towards me, but I messed up with Jeb, so I should technically go sit down with him, and try to be more friendly. John and Ted, Ted's weird, so anyone hanging out with Ted is probably weird too, and I do not want to sit with Donald. Because he is mean. Jeb. Let's go sit with Jeb and Marco. Jeb, Marco, hi! Oh no! The two of them snapped their eyes up at me, and their friendly laughter instantly stopped. No! The warmth drained out of their faces. Jeb looked down at his lunch tray to avoid meeting my gaze. What do you want, America? I set my tray down at the table and sat. Jeb scooted his chair away from me. Oh no! I want to sit with you guys. We're friends, right? No, we aren't. Oh no, so why didn't you stand up for me, America? Oh no! See, I did mess it up. I'm a terrible person. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you stand up for me, America? I thought I could count on you. I give you one of my pocket turtles, America. Does that mean nothing to you? It'll be okay, Jeb. It's always like I say. When you try to... God, shut the hell up. What? Yeah. Marco, are you okay? Marco laughed nervously, then drained his glass of water in one gulp. And he says it again. God, that's all he says. What did you do to him, America? You broke Marco. I don't know what happened. Oh, jeez. He was my only friend, America. Now he's broken. And he says it again. Oh, wow, he kept saying it. I slowly backed away from the debacle while Jeb began to weep. It seemed like my idea that I was friends with Jeb and Mark was entirely a fiction. And now that fiction was dispelled. Damn it! Bad end 3, Jeb and Marco. Ah! I want the good endings! Alright. Good thing I kept the files in between takes so I can go back. I can make this right. Alright, let's make it right. Alright, so we're back here and we can choose between Ted and Marco. So let's just pick Marco again, but not ask about his age then, since that's what we did last time. And we just messed everything up and got the bad ending because I'm such a bad person. So apparently we can't do anything about his age, asking the question what his age is, so let's just change the subject instead of apologizing. See if that helps. I decided that the best way to put Marco at ease again was just to pretend that the last 5 minutes hadn't even happened. So tell me more about these free neutrons. Gladly. You see, when a neutron isn't partnered with one or more protons in the nucleus of an atom, it has a mean lifetime of 15 minutes before it undergoes beta decay. Now that Marco was back on a familiar subject, he suddenly seemed much calmer and more composed. I'm so bad at decisions, God. He stopped sweating and didn't reach for his water as often. He was back in his groove. The rest of the class period passed quickly, with Marco finishing the worksheet mostly by himself. When the bell rang, Marco swaggered up to the front of the classroom to turn in the worksheet. As soon as my conscious brain caught up to my subconscious and I realized what I had just thought, I began to blush. I wasn't used to thinking of boys in that way. It was true, though. Marco returned to our table and grinned at me. Piece of cake, right, America? We should partner up again next time. We have great chemistry. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing. Blah, blah. Yep. Oh, here we go. This is new. It was only once I came back down to earth that I realized Marco had left his water bottle on the table. I grabbed it and shoved it in my own backpack, resolving to return it to him later. It was the considerate thing to do. You're right, she's probably gonna lick all over the bottle. Plus, it would give me a chance to talk to him again. After the last class of the day, we all returned to our homerooms. Alright, so since we know that Jeb's gonna come back and he likes the turtles, so we're gonna take the turtle, because I think turtle's a great choice. I asked him what's wrong, because I didn't really seem to have told us about him. Alright, now let's pick the right goddamn option, which is yes, Jeb, I need to leave. That's right, we were on our way out. See you later, Donald. Jeb smiled at me with relief. He put an arm around my shoulder and we both started walking away. That's alright, that's fine. Donald called after us as we walked away, practically shouting, You know what I call that? I'll tell you what, America, I have a name for that, for what Jeb over here has. Low energy. Okay, this is repetitive. Come on, Jeb. Just keep walking, ignore it. I grabbed Jeb's hand and tugged him forward. He started walking again, following me to the front of the store. I could hear Donald scoffing with disgust as we left. Thanks, America. You're welcome, Jeb. Is he always this bad? Lately, yeah, it's getting worse and worse the more students support him. Jeb sighed and shook his head. I'm afraid he might win, America. He might win the debate tournament. Before I could answer, we reached the register at the front of the store. The clerk rang up my keychain. That'll be $17.76. Hey. Geez, those students weren't kidding when they said things were overpriced here. I started to pull out my wallet when... Here you go. Jeb whipped out a credit card and handed it to the clerk. You didn't have to do that, Jeb. No, but I wanted to. I wanted this ending. You're my second best friend, America. Oh, you know me for less than a week and I was already his second best friend? That was kind of sad, honestly. You're my good friend, too. What's wrong with that? Jeb patted me on the back as we left the store. I'm heading back to Sunshine Dorm. Are you going that way, too? Yeah, actually, let's go. Jeb and I walked back to the dorm together now that it was just the two of us. Jeb seemed totally at ease. All of the nervousness from his confrontation with Donald melted away. I felt like maybe Jeb might actually end up becoming a close friend. I can't get over how horrible. Or maybe more. We parted ways in the stairwell of Sunshine Dorm as Jeb headed to his room and I headed to mine. When I got to the door, I threaded my room key onto my new keychain before using it. After I set my backpack down and took off my shoes, I walked over to my desk and picked up the tiny turtle that Jeb had given me a few days ago. Stay strong, little guy. Don't let those wily birds get to you. That night, I replied to my mother's email from yesterday, better late than never. Alright, so we've already been through this. Alright, let's try this again, sitting with Jeb and Marco. Jeb! Marco! Hi! I waved at the two of them as I approached the table. When they looked up and saw me, they both smiled and waved back. Yes, this is what I wanted. Hi, America! They greeted me in perfect unison. It was adorable. Classic. Classic senpai kohai. Mind if I sit here? You're always welcome to sit with us, America. Always. I took my seat, keeping my face pointed away from Marco so he couldn't see how easily he had made me blush. Thank you, Marco. Thank you too, Jeb. I'm glad that I have friends like you here. You really think of me as a friend? Of course I do. Wow. I have 2 friends. He sounded so happy that it was hard to pity him despite how pathetic the underlying sentiment was. How did you do on Mr. Goldwater's test the other day? I aced it, actually. Nice. Good thing you partnered up with me instead of Ted, right? Yeah. I'm going to grab a second helping of guac. Anybody want anything while I'm up? Marco lifted an empty cup from his lunch tray and handed it to Jeb with a grin. On it, buddy. America, how about you? I'm good, but thanks for asking. Once Jeb was out of earshot, Marco leaned in towards me and whispered, Hey, America, I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks? For what? For helping Jeb with Donald the other day. Jeb has trouble standing up for himself. If you hadn't been there, things might have gotten ugly. I didn't realize that it was that bad. I didn't! It is. Anyway, I'm glad that Jeb has someone else looking out for him now. I mean, obviously I'll have his back too. We're sunshine bros. I'd never betray Jeb. I mean, I want to win the debate tournament more than anything, and if doing that meant that I had to take down Jeb. But it'll never come to that. Right. I've got the guac. Jeb set his lunch tray down in the center of the table. It was filled with chips surrounding a huge bowl of guacamole, and in the corner of it was Marco's cup, filled to near overflowing with water. Nice, Jeb. Marco grabbed the water and drank it all in one continuous swig. Dig in, friends. Let's live every day like a Sunday fun day. Jeb, Marco, and I all grabbed tortilla chips and dunked them into the guacamole. We bumped them together above Jeb's guac bowl in a toast to our friendship. Sunshine Bros! We all popped the chips into our mouth with big grins. It was the best guacamole I had ever tasted. It tasted like friendship. Even though there were peas in it. Oh, it's that pea guacamole. Yay, we got the good ending. So that's the ending I wanted. So that's because that's the direction I wanted to go in the first place. But all so I'm bad at making decisions. I'm bad at choices. Just like in real life too, I'm just bad at everything. So if you guys want to get more of the endings, go ahead and find them out for yourself. I just wanted this ending, which makes me happy. I think it's good. I can't wait till the full game comes out. I'll probably play it when it does. But overall, it was just it was absurdly silly. I did like it, even though it grossed me out a lot. But definitely, I would like to further see, what the true ending, the ending is, and I think it'd be really fun. So thank you much for tuning into this demo, and I hope to see you guys in the next game. Bye.